Birds of a feather, that's the title of this video. And you're probably wondering, what does this have to do with fragrance? Honestly, not a single thing, with the exception of the expression birds of a feather. And it is simply used when things or people are similar and kind of go together in a compatible way. So just go with me on this one for a second. So here's what happened. I recently picked up a fragrance from 2023, and after wearing it a little while, it spawned this video idea in my mind. As I was walking, actually. Now I have 3 fragrances that some would say are very, very similar. However, each one of them has a fragrance personality that enables the fragrance to be completely independent from the others. And I personally would wear each one of them in different situations. And there's one more thing. All 3 of these fragrances are completely awesome. So stick around as we look at some birds or fragrances of a feather. Okay, here we go. A few videos ago, I compared the Gucci Guilty Elixir, this one right here, to the Amouage Reflection Man. We compared these two in a video, and it was received relatively well. Although some of you felt that the Gucci Guilty Elixir smells a little bit closer to Reflection Man 45. More than the original Reflection Man. I can't confirm that since I don't have the Reflection Man 45, at least yet. But if you are interested in the comparison of these two in a closer sort of look, then I will link it up here somewhere, and I will link it at the end of the video. Gucci Guilty Elixir is a spicy nutmeg with some white flowers like osmanthus and orange blossom. It is quite strong and has a bit of a resinous feeling in a green piney patchouli wrapped in vanilla with some earthy orris root sort of way. This oily parfum concentration keeps this guilty pleasure on your clothes for days. Also, some people think this is a ripoff since it's only an eau de parfum concentration and shouldn't be sold as an elixir. Personally, I'm not sure what the specifications for a fragrance are to be called an elixir. This elixir, however, is a parfum concentration and not an EDP. Either way, it is a great performer which justifies the price, at least a little bit, considering it's only a 60 ml. Many of you know this Green Goblin already, and most of you already have a bottle, or at least will have smelled this one somewhere. Either way, this is a great release from Quentin Bish in 2023. I really do enjoy it. Now, if you go online, and look and hear what people have to say about this fragrance, it quickly becomes clear that this elixir is close to, or at least compared to, a fragrance called Reflection Man by Amouage. This is created by Lucas Suzak in 2006. And all in all, I probably should have started with this one since it's 2006. But the controversy, sort of got spawned with this little Green Goblin as it came out. So this stellar fragrance also has the notes of earthy orris and some white florals. Not the same as the elixir, but white florals nonetheless. Reflection Man also has a touch of spice from the pink pepper. However, there is only one other note Reflection Man shares with the Gucci Guilty, and it is going to be patchouli, which is sort of a common and beautiful base note in many, many other fragrances. Reflection Man is also much drier and lighter due to the ylang-ylang that's in here. And it is sort of a more woody floral with a slightly green hint from the rosemary and petitgrain. Both are somewhat powdery, with the Gucci Guilty Elixir being a little bit more on the wet, sticky side, while the Amouage Reflection Man is more on the dry, airy side. I really do hope this is bringing the birds of a feather idiom a little bit more into clarity. In other words, is it making sense yet, y'all? And if you are still on the fence, then maybe this next fragrance will help us out a little bit. At the beginning, I said I picked up a fragrance, and after wearing it a little while, it spawned the birds of a feather idea. The fragrance I'm talking about is a brand new release from 2023, and it is called Houbigant, Ombre d'Abyss. It's from a collection called La Oriental. This one right here. The perfumers on this one are Antoine Lee and Luca Maffei. Let's give this one a spray. Once again, we're going to have some white florals in this creation. We have actually, from the previous mentioned fragrances, we have the jasmine from the Reflection Man, and we have the orange blossom from the Gucci Guilty Elixir. See what's happening here? Is it starting to make sense a little bit yet? If it is, then hit the like and subscribe. And if it isn't, then hit the like and subscribe anyway. After all, our fragrance journey begins with about 1 single scent. Thanks. In Ombre de Abyss, the scent profile is much fresher due to the top notes of bergamot and mint. So it's a little bit different as it starts out. There's also some geranium for a nice touch of a bit of elegance, and the patchouli is also there in the base with a hint of rosemary for that little green spike that we have in Reflection Man and the Elixir. There are additional notes of leather and oak moss. Both of these notes are an additional level of class in this Houbigant. Really beautifully done. You will also find some tonka, there's some vanilla in here, and some amber that added kind of a little bit of sweetness and depth to this stellar fragrance. The longevity of this one, as far as the projection, as far as it's concerned, is going to be right on par with the Gucci Guilty Elixir and the Reflection Man. Maybe not quite as long or as strong as the Gucci Guilty Elixir, but close. This right here is an Eau de Parfum Extreme concentration. Whatever that means, and what will they come up next. While the Gucci Guilty Elixir is a bit of a sharper, green, somewhat wet, slightly sticky fragrance with a green spike, the Amouage Reflection Man is a little bit lighter and on the drier side. It also has a little bit more of a floral component to my nose. The Houbigant Ombre de Abyss is sweeter, almost in the direction of marzipan a little bit. Not quite as green, but still has some notable florals. And it is also a little bit or a touch more mature. I personally really enjoy wearing Ombre de Abyss, as well as the Gucci Guilty Elixir, and of course the Amouage Reflection Man. I also hold firm that these three fragrances are just like the birds in the sky. They do look, in this case, smell somewhat similar in the air. They also do have a somewhat similar wearing experience, but not enough to make them a redundant purchase, in my opinion. They still have enough of an individual fragrance personality to warrant a second look. I personally would wear Gucci Guilty Elixir, in my opinion, for the long nights out, clubs, bars, and so on, since it lasts a long time and really stays on your clothes, make you smell great for a long time. While I would wear the Amouage Reflection Man in warmer days. It is perfectly suited for an all-year fragrance and a little bit on the drier side, more of a signature scent kind of thing. The Houbigant Ombre de Abyss, on the other hand, I would wear to dinners, theaters, places like wine bars during the colder months. This is just a reference, of course. You can wear whatever you want, whenever you want, honestly, as long as the fragrance, that you're wearing is making you feel unstoppable. I know I certainly wear whatever I want, whenever I want. These three fragrances are certainly similar from a distance, just like our birds of a feather in the sky. However, close up, like our feathered friends, they are nothing alike. I hope at this point all this made sense to you. Please go ahead and like the video and subscribe if you got anything out of this at all. Try them out, let me know what you think. Until next time, I want you to take good care of yourself and others. Always smell nice, and I will talk to you soon.